Hey, quickly before we get into the video, I quickly wanted to share some news about the Signal/Premium group we have. Because over the last couple of weeks, going into the summer, but also the rest of the year, we have started drawing up some plans for spot accumulation of coins like Bitcoin, XRP, but also Solana. So for example, how we started was buying Bitcoin. We actually had limits right here from 100,000 into 98,000. Went in big, are making a lot of profit right now. So if you're interested in spot accumulation plans like that, outside of future signals, consider joining. But that's it for now. Just wanted to let you know about that. And now let's get into the video. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video, not on Chainlink, but on Stellar XLM. Wanted to do a full video right here. I've covered this quite a fair bit in the last month, because I think fundamentally Stellar and XLM are quite interesting right now. However, in this video, I just wanted to do an update after the entire last week. I think the last time that I covered Stellar was last weekend. In which, or after which, obviously a lot has happened, right? So I wanted to do a bit of a video. I wanted to do a bit of an update on that. So that's what we're going to do in this video, and just we'll do a full technical update as well, right? Because technically, because of partially also those circumstances over the course of the weekend. The structure is not looking great. Now it's definitely not over for XLM, and we definitely still have some areas where I would say, all right, well, from there we can still bounce up and actually get a little bit more of a constructive structure here. But at this point of time, that is not true. That is not the case. Now, fundamentally, one of the key reasons why I thought Stellar was quite interesting is the network growth. All right, the internet which I'm using right now is quite slow, but if you take a look at the network growth, let's say in the last year, what you can see is that last year the network had about $16 million in total value locked, and at this point of time that's $85 million, right? So in the matter of what is it in the matter of a year, it did at least a 5x in network 5x in network growth. And then outside of that, the DEX trading volumes at this point of time are also double what they were last year, right? So ultimately, those fundamentals, I would argue, support some sort of a fundamental rally up higher. But ultimately, fundamentals are great, but you also need to see it in the technicals. And so far, in the technicals, we have not seen it, all right? Because the most important level, in my opinion always, was this level right here, at 25 cents. All right, so 25 cents was the main level that held for the majority of February until the Liberation Day pushed down with all the tariffs, of course, in April. But then when we successfully reclaimed 25 cents, we actually got a pretty big rally. And then 25 cents was also the level, or at least the area around it. It's never one price, of course. It was also the area that held us up when we had bearish pressure right here in the beginning and the middle of June. And then that's also the level that broke last Friday and until Monday, with all the bearish pressure coming from the Middle East. So we spoke about that. We said, if the fundamentals actually do get very bad, we can drop down below that level. But then what I always said is that I think it's most likely that afterwards we can reclaim that. And at this point of time, we can still reclaim it. We still have a bit of a support level right here at 23 and 22.5 cents, from which we could theoretically find enough strength to reclaim that level and to get back into this this area right here, which we want to be in, right, between 25 and 30 cents. However, given the lack of momentum in terms of volume, in terms of open interest, in terms of just sheer price action here, I do no longer think that XLM is a good buy right now. If we are able to reclaim 25 cents, then great, right? For some reason, I mean, maybe we get some good news for Ripple, which of course historically also pushes up XLM a little bit. If we are able to do that, then that's great. But as it stands right now, I see technical weakness. I think it's quite likely that Bitcoin is actually going to pull back. And therefore, I would say it's starting to be a little bit more likely, or at least it's starting to become better to assume that we're going to drop down into that level right here at 20 cents again. Unfortunate, and maybe that's a good buy area, but that's how it is for now. We haven't seen an invalidation of the downtrend, very simply said. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. So if you do have any questions, anything, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.